Hello everyone, welcome back. We have something a little bit different for you today. The storyline in Magic has always been a very important part. It really helps set the scene and build the world that we're going to experience. A lot of people have felt recently that the story hasn't really satisfied what they wanted, if that kind of makes sense. So I decided to take it upon myself to fix it. So I have no knowledge of the actual story of Kaldheim. What we've done is we've taken a load of different sources, uploaded it to a machine and got it to spit out a script for us. The kind of things we uploaded were Beowulf, because, kind of Vikings seem to kind of fit. Every lyric from every song by Amon and Marth, because we kind of saw them in the promotional material. We have the script from Alien, because Vorinclex is running around, so something like that might be involved, who knows. And basically it spitted out this script, which I will be reading to you in my best audiobook voice. So I hope you like it. It's something a little bit different. If you're seeing this, it means that it's at least readable and makes some kind of loose sense. So with that, let's get in. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy Kaldheim.
I consider you a potential friend, Kaya explained. No more than that. You think I am a potential enemy? Tybalt demanded. Why should I not be? Kaya replied. If you don't convince me, I shall kill you, Tybalt replied. You may, Kaya said. You may not kill me, Tybalt said. If I shoot you, Kaya shot back, I will do so under pain of death. Perhaps you could persuade me to take the Rapage, Tybalt insisted. In that case, I won't be able to kill you. I'm not afraid of it, Kaya replied. How about you, Satan? Come down here and convince me. Go ahead, Tybalt said. You're not scared of me. No, Kaya replied. No. No. No, Kaya replied. Why should I be? Tybalt said. Then quit being an accessory to murder, Kaya ordered. Tybalt turned and left. He had no idea how to leave the palace. He climbed down the stairway to the stairs, exited the palace's storage room, and descended the stairs. As he looked up, he saw Kaya standing over him. Go back and tell the people what happened. Kaya's children must remember you as the Lord's messenger, Tybalt said. I am done, Kaya said. Do not destroy the Tree of Life, Tybalt threatened. I will, Kaya agreed. If you are here and there is peace, then you do so.
Great English there. Going well.
Tybalt kept his word. A good king needed all the help he could get.
Hold on, Tybalt's the king. That's a bit of a promotion. Okay, cool.
Kaya's sons began a service over the body. They had been good soldiers. They had never shown weakness in battle. They were well groomed for war. They got the sword. Tybalt's son killed the beast, extracted the Tree of Life, and placed it in the heart of the stone, where it shone the light of all creation. In the presence of gathering warriors, Kaya's ring died and disappeared. The number 666 was carved in the... The number 666 was carved into the stone. The western people of Kaya's line were thus set free. Then the king sent them out into the world and led them in the fierce chase of the game of evil spirits. No one in any case had the slightest doubt that the newborn son of Kaya was the messenger who would kill their first king. They were in the woods again. On this occasion, the two-headed wolf bit the king's hand. The king... Remember, the king is Tybalt. That's very important now. The king himself drove on after the game. He was hunted. Death trailed him. Men laughed. They plunged knives into his arm, cut his left foot. By the time he got to the tree, he had stepped over the abyss, was peering into the heart of the tree, and was struck down by a blow which sent his ring completely into the stone. As the king lay dying, he raised his hand and saw a standing place. That place he named, on the western side of Kaya's line. He used that right hand, from which was fashioned that stone which had covered his hand, as a shield. Kaya took the totem knife and killed a snake. Okay, cool. I don't know what that's got to do with the rest of the story, but sweet. Go Kaya. He held the stick by the stem. The king now had one stone above his head, which he had lifted to his neck. There was only one stone of that kind in the world. The Lord has told me, the king told them. Do not attack me. He saw the reflection of himself in Kaya, an old man who had been living alone with the wolf. The old man raised himself up, looked down, then shouted, Strike down this old man! The old man was dead. The wolf had claimed his place. The old man was buried with his totem knife. The king was then taken by the whole group. led in the chase and pursued the game on the site of the battle. The high ridge where the game was kept loomed up before them. The bird-faced eagle was killed there, and the two-headed beast also killed. The hunters found it was impossible to get a sight of the land on which the game was kept. Then they heard a young man shouting in the woods, "Come out and give me a drink!" They led him out and saw the old man, still alive, now in a band of about 50 men. He had been saved by the young man.
Callbacks! Am I right?
Then the men came back with a woman and a family. The elders, now going back to the king, told him that they would have to face judgment. They must first go to the place where the battle had been fought. There they would get rid of the beast. When they came back to tell the king, they would give him a description of the strange thing, to be buried with it. When they got to the place, they found the body of the old man, the old friend of the king. That man had been killed in battle. His spear head was broken, a terrible wound from which no finger could heal. "What was it?" said Tybalt. "I can't tell you," said Tybalt, because
I think it might have screwed that up a little bit.
"What was it?" said Tybalt. "I can't tell you," said Tybalt, "because it was too sacred." "No, you'll find out. You'll know it," said the king.
So the king is also Tybalt. So Tybalt's having a three-way conversation with himself at this point. Keep track, everyone. Keep track.
Then the king came to the place. It was hard to see. It was dark, woody. The slopes were broken and the peaks were up in the air. There the young man had been killed. Then the king saw it. There was a hole in the wall. On the right hand, by the crack, there was a wide open space. Down the hole. On the left, there was the spring of winter from the mountain stream, the places where the game was kept. When they entered the place, they found the place to which the battle had been fought, the place where the beast had been killed. We're kind of going round in circles a little bit here. Let's crack on. Here the king saw a multitude of sticks in the shape of the mighty warrior. He looked at one of the sticks, and in his mind, his image of the great warrior waned. Then he saw in his head the old one, with 2 arrows which pierced his heart, and 1 arrow still stuck in his body. "Come back and make me one of them," said Tybalt. "This way," said the king. Again, also still Tybalt. "The serpent will tell us where to go." When he turned a corner in the direction of the stream, they found a shed of mossy earth with a hole in it. All around the whole hill were tombs, each with a stone made with the heart-beating knife, a heart of the person who had died in battle. Then the king entered one of the tombs. There, on a stone bench, he found a small stone and went down into it. He placed the stone in his right hand, the scarlet knife, between his fingers. Then he held his heart knife, which had also been sharpened, between his left hand and his heart. "I am ready," said he. "I am ready to give my life for this heart. Give it to me." Tybalt thought he could never do so. He knew it would do him harm. So he took it from the king's hand, held it his... Okay, so maybe Tybalt and the king are separate people. Apologies if this is confusing to anyone. I am very sorry. Tybalt thought he could never do so. He knew it would do him harm. So he took it from the king's hand, held it in his left hand, and gave it to the king. Here you go. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Then he stood there, holding the knife and watching silently. Then the snake turned and placed the scarlet knife between his teeth. Then Tybalt, with the knife in his hand, kept vigil until the old man had given his life for the heart. He seemed to feel the coldness of death. He found the snake lying dead. There were no footprints, no blood. The old man's heart was pierced. When he opened his eyes, he saw the beast. Though it was in the shape of a man, he saw that he was standing over a pit of lava. He stood still and listened. He heard voices. He could see smoke rising from the ground. He saw that the other side of the pit was covered with the bodies of warriors. He saw that the pit was almost too hot for him. He feared he would die of fever. He gave his life for the king's heart. "You are all of you," said the serpent. "I am not in a hurry to punish you, because I know you have love and death in your hearts. You will be kind." Then he placed the knife between his teeth, and said, "If I had my heart's desire, I would go on this path. I would come back to die 1,000 times, and find that my heart still craved it." The old man gave his heart's desire, which was death, for the king's heart. We're getting somewhere. Which was death for the king's heart. Then he gave his life for the heart. "If you should stay with me, Tybalt," said the beast, "I would take pity on you and give you free blood." And he smiled, With the mountain snake's twisted nose, all that he could express a smile could now be seen in his eyes. "I would have mercy on you," said the old man. He had his knife again in his hand. "You shall," said the serpent. "First, show me what I want." When he went forth from the flames, he came upon a pleasant valley with peaceful hills. He looked into it, and there his spirit appeared. "Are you looking," he asked, "for a new land?" "Yes," answered Tybalt. "Do you see anything other than the cliffs in your mind?" The spirit named the place, with lots that were led him into the mountain regions. He became quite happy there. He desired people and things and would never leave. He desired people and things, cool, and would never leave. He saw everything in motion. Those proud men, those sad slaves, those beautiful women, those brave soldiers, those chiefs, those mighty places. They were filled with honor and pride. They did not tire. Their faces remained brandished with an unholy aura. And the spirit welcomed everyone that walked the path. He saw them live happy lives, where all went moving on, loved kept true, still fulfilled. Not playing around. No bad thoughts to bring trouble to the soul. No plans of the wicked. No evil creature or suffering made it appear to him. No foe came against the seekers of peace. He saw heroes ascending into heaven and becoming gods. He could see the life that was long in the earth's bliss, and he came again into the home of the brave, safe, beautiful white hills. The lofty mountain valleys spread over all the world. The sun and the moon shone down on them. Then the spirit, singing, exhilarating, joyful, let his voice fill the mountain, valley, and the skies.
Oh, bloody hell, that was emotional. Tybalt found happiness in the mountains, or something, I think, at the end there. Cool. So, yeah, that was something a bit different. I hope everyone liked that. If you want to see more of these, do let us know. We'll probably do one for each set going forward. And then if you want to see the Weatherlight Saga or some early Magic stories done in this format, let me know. I kind of had fun doing that. Yeah, as I said, something a bit different. Let me know what you think. We'll be back with our regularly scheduled content, some deck techs, all that kind of stuff coming up soon. But until then, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for sticking around for this one. It got a bit weird, but thank you very much, and goodbye.